Getting out of debt is as easy as 1, 2, not so much 3. So in today's video, I'm going to give you some common hurdles that you might encounter while getting out of debt and hopefully help you through them. Let's get to them. Hello everyone, welcome to Step 1 Finance. I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. If you're new to the channel, if you could subscribe, that would be great. Hit the notification bell. I usually post Monday, Thursday, but I do post in between those days. So hitting that notification bell is going to let you know when I post videos. Leave comments and gently tap the like button if you guys like what you're seeing. Today, I am definitely going to talk about the hurdles that you may cross whenever getting out of debt. If everything was easy, then everybody would be doing it, right? And there would be no one in debt and everybody would be out of debt. So I'm going to tell you some stuff that I've actually crossed, and I'm going to tell you some stuff just by talking with other people that they have crossed that I've heard time and time again. So the first and foremost is the spouse situation. Usually I hear this all the time. I want to do it, but my spouse doesn't. Guys, that is a very common thing, and absolutely you guys both got to be on board. So my advice is to get you guys through this hurdle is start without your spouse. It's gonna be a lot harder, but at least you're gonna be able to start showing some progress, because sometimes that's all it takes. It's just a little bit of progress. So let's say you're behind on 3-year bill, and say the electric, you're behind $300. Do it yourself. Pay that $300 off, and when you're done, put electric bill, $300 debt paid, and stick it up on the wall where the other person's gonna see it. And that might be just enough to trigger something to say, really? We don't have to worry about that debt anymore. You just, so it might take a little longer to get your spouse on board, but that is one way of doing that. Guys, I talk about this in the other video too, is get joint accounts. If you have separate bank accounts, I am not saying that one's gonna lie about the other person's account, but guys, when it comes to money, people get weird. I would just say get a joint bank account. If you're married, get a joint bank account. You're going to make things a lot easier drawing from one account. You're going to have to cross that hurdle like a gazillion times trying to get out of debt, because just trying to balance 2 accounts. So that is one hurdle. Put it into one and you'll eliminate that hurdle right away. Another hurdle that, is very discouraging is when you first sit down and you start adding up all your debts, and it just scares the crap out of you. You look at how much debt you're in. I just said in the other video just the other day that, if you find out you have $150,000 in debt, guys, you're taking that debt, you're taking that number and you're throwing it in the closet. You're never worrying about it again, because you're focusing on one debt at a time. Okay, so you do not want to be focused on some big, huge, astronomical number. And guys, I'm telling you, once you get past like year 1, and it sounds like it's so long, but it really isn't. When you get past year 1, you're going to be like, what? Like, we just paid off $30,000 in debt? Are you freaking kidding me? I'm telling you guys, you focusing on one debt at a time, you don't think about that big number anymore. So that is another hurdle. So the next hurdle to cross is after you guys get your bills current, you have to get an emergency fund together. You have to get a $1,000 emergency fund together, because things are going to happen. I mentioned in my series of 4 videos that we used our emergency fund at least 4 or 5 times, with washers, dryers. There's always going to be something that breaks. But if you have the cash on hand to do it, you're not going to have to worry about spending those credit cards that you should not have in your wallet anymore because you're getting out of debt. So having that $1,000 emergency fund is so crucial. So that's got to be, after you get current with your bills, that has to be the first thing you do. Do not start paying off debts. Some people want to skip this because they think that something's not going to happen. Something's going to happen, okay? You're going to need that money for something. So please do, it's so important not to skip the emergency fund. So get that emergency fund together, get your $1,000 in a separate savings account, something that you're not going to touch. You know where it's at, it's close but not too close, and know it's there for you guys. And this is the second hurdle, is that and this. Fine, now you're 2 months into paying off your first debt, and the washer does go. So now you have to take $500 out of your emergency fund. And everything stops, guys. When you use your emergency fund, everything stops, and you start putting back in that emergency fund to get it up to $1,000 again. It can discourage you. Like I said, we used it multiple times. We used it twice our first year, our emergency fund, where we had to stop and refund that. But I promise you, once you start getting in a rhythm, you're going to realize that that emergency fund, to rebuild that to $1,000, it might only take a week. You're going to be focusing all your debt weapons on that one thing. And even though you're building money and you're not so much paying off a debt, but you're focusing everything on one thing. And that's how you guys do this, okay? So like, I just had to put money into the Hummer. I'll get to that in a later video. And I had to spend a lot of money to get that car fixed. okay? But now that we had to use money out of our savings account, we stop everything, okay? We're not investing right now because my main goal is to get the emergency fund built back up again. So even like I have no card debt, I have no credit card debt, even though I don't have a lot of debts right now, I still do the same aspect, guys. Everything stops. No more investing, no more anything until I build that emergency fund back up. I have a 3 to 4 months emergency fund that I want to replenish now. So guys, we stop everything. I'm not investing right now. I'm not doing anything until that emergency fund gets built back up again. You never stop what you're doing. You always got to have that mentality. The next hurdle is you keep going nowhere. You always feel like you're going nowhere. I'm dealing with this right now with somebody that I'm helping. And it just seems like no matter what they do, they are just like staying in one spot. They are working their butts off to save. They're trying to buy a house right now. So they're focusing all of their attention on this one thing. And they just keep falling short, keep falling short, keep falling short. But the whole thing is they're pushing forward. So it's going to come. And it's going to feel that much more rewarding. So when you get in that little rut, like you feel like you're going nowhere, guys, keep plugging away. Keep pushing forward. Do not get discouraged and do not stop, because when you do pass this huge hurdle, the other hurdles are going to seem so much smaller. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is that there's a difference between planning ahead and looking too far ahead, okay, if this makes sense. So planning ahead is like the near future, okay, 6 months, 8 months. Some people try to get too far ahead of themselves and they're trying to dictate what's going to happen 5 years down the line. Guys, keep everything in small increments, okay? You want to focus on your one debt at a time, and you want to focus on about 6 months at a time. You do not want to be going too far ahead with your plans, because stuff's going to happen where you're going to have to use that emergency fund. You're going to have to pause this, build this, pause this, build this. So just keep everything within a short distance, and it just keeps you more focused on what you guys are doing. So the next thing I want to talk about is super, super important, all right? It's staying focused on your household and not others. Okay, so when your neighbors are pulling up every 3 years with their new lease and they got this brand new car sitting in the driveway, and you have your 10-year-old car sitting in the driveway, I hope, and you have no car payments, that would be great. Guys, it is what it is, man. People are gonna be talking about their vacations, all their trips they're taking, what they just bought. If you're a lady, your friend's gonna be talking about their hair getting cut, their makeup, their nails, everything like that, and you're not getting that done. It is so super important to stay focused on your household and what you are doing in your house, because I'm telling you right now, 99.99999% of your friends are in debt, okay? I don't care what they tell you, they're probably in debt, all right? They probably have a lot of credit card debt, they probably have loans out there. I guarantee they have some type of debt, okay? Because it's a small fraction of people in the middle class that are debt free. And what's the chances that 10 of your friends are the one small fraction of those people that are debt free? It's slim to none. I hear it all the time. Oh, I don't got no debt. I just have a mortgage. Okay, whatever. I'm like, whatever. Whatever. So just focus on your house. That's it, guys. Your house, no one else's. And now I talked about that new car in the driveway, this is definitely something that I'm constantly talking about. This video, you're going to be able to click at the end, and please watch it if you have not watched this video. This is car lease versus car buying. I'll tell you what, this is I am very against leases. If you follow this channel, I'm very against leases. Go to other car lease videos. Okay, I'm a new channel, so I don't have a lot of comments under my, videos. Hopefully in the future I will, but go to a video that is very, someone that is well established and they're talking about car leases. Every time, I swear every time I look in those comment sections, there's a person on there talking, I've been at a car dealership for 10 years now. Leasing's the best thing you can do. Guys, if a sales rep is on there telling you the best thing you could do is lease, it's not the best thing you could do, okay? I'm not gonna get too much into it because it's on this video, but basically they're making 3 sales in 1 year. If you lease a car, they make that sale on year 1. Year 3, you're turning that car back in and you're getting another one, so they're making another sale on that car that you're buying in 3 years. And the car that you turned in, they're selling that car, okay? So they're just reselling that same car. They're making multiple sales off of you. Where if you would buy a car, a used car, preferably not even a new car, you would have that one car for maybe 7 to 10 years or even more, hopefully, So you never know. You could have that one car forever, so you're not a repeat customer. Leases are meant to get you back to the dealership to spend more money. That low payment is there for a reason, guys. It's to entice you to that lease. Guys, we base what we can afford off of monthly payments, and that is such a huge mistake. I used to do it all the time. Why do you think that you could take a new car loan out for 7 years? Because it's a lower monthly payment, and those dealerships know that you base everything off of a monthly payment. You do not look at the overall price that you're paying for the car, you look off the monthly payment. And that brings me to my last hurdle. Taking advantage of situations when they're there. If you're in a lease and you're going to go get another lease, to me that's an advantage that you're passing up on. Just do a lot of research. Watch this video and watch many other videos. Take advantage of the situation. If you have a situation to eliminate debt out of your life, if you have a chance to go on vacation, take that money and pay off debt. That's another, passing up on an advantage right there. Guys, spending money, going deeper in debt while you're getting out of debt. It's horrible. Keep plugging forward, keep pushing ahead, and I promise you, once you get past a certain threshold, it's going to get so much easier. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.